These are Viennese biscuits, light, melt in the mouth buttery biscuits that are made with only 3 ingredients for the base recipe. But then I'll show you how to get creative with different toppings and fillings, so here's everything you need. So to begin, we've already got our ingredients weighed out, and I've got 150 grams of plain or all-purpose flour, 135 grams of soft butter, and I don't just mean room temperature butter, I mean soft and then sort of lightly whipped, so it's really smooth. It makes the overall mixture a lot nicer. And then 80 grams of icing sugar or powdered sugar. And we're going to place all of those ingredients into the bowl of a stand mixer. You could also use an electric hand whisk for this. And then using the beater attachment and starting on a low speed, we're going to beat this mixture until it's completely smooth, light in colour and has a paste-like texture. You can increase the speed once the ingredients are incorporated. Partway through mixing, it's a good idea just to scrape everything down, scrape it all off the sides and give it one final mix. And that just makes sure everything is getting incorporated as it should. Okay, our mixture is ready and you should have something that looks like this. Place the mixture into a piping bag with a star nozzle. I'm using this one here, a nice small star nozzle. And then we'll begin piping them onto a tray lined with parchment paper. Now you don't have to do anything fancy. You can make these beautiful little kisses where I just hold the piping bag straight and pipe a small amount of mixture onto the tray. They're beautiful little biscuits to serve with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Or you can make fingers by piping it in a zigzag pattern to create a nice rectangle shape. Or you could make some larger round cookies, which I'm going to use to create a nice jam and buttercream Viennese sandwich. So try and make sure you get them exactly the same size. If you have one of those non-stick mats with the round markings already on, then definitely use that. One way I like to make the rounds is to create a larger dot in the centre and then go around the outside once. And don't worry too much with your piping skills on this because the oven's very good at covering up any mistakes. And once you've piped out all your Viennese biscuits, you can then place them into a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius fan for somewhere between 12 to 15 minutes, but keep an eye on them. As soon as they start to turn golden around the edge, they're ready and you can take them out. And once they go nice and golden around the edge, you can take them out and they'll look something like this. So now our Viennese biscuits are ready and we can leave them to cool on the tray. But while we do, I'm going to show you how to make a quick basic buttercream for one of the fillings. This is super simple and a basic rule of thumb is to use 1 part soft butter to 2 parts icing sugar. Of course you can add extra flavourings if you like, such as vanilla or any other essence. Place the ingredients into the bowl of a stand mixer and using the beater attachment, beat it until it's light and smooth. Then you can place it into a piping bag and it's ready to use. And once our Viennese biscuits are cooled, we can move on to finishing them and adding some toppings and making them a little bit more special. For the small ones, for the little kisses, I'm just going to dust them very lightly with a little bit of icing sugar. And for the round ones, I'm simply going to place them with the bottom facing up, and then I'm going to spread one side with strawberry or raspberry jam, and then on the other side I'm going to pipe the buttercream that we made earlier on. Then we're going to sandwich them together and dust them with icing sugar. And to decorate the fingers, I'm simply going to dip them in some dark chocolate and some white chocolate and then finish them with various toppings. I've got some desiccated coconut, some sprinkles, some toasted and crushed hazelnuts and some crushed up Oreo biscuits. So there we go, that's how you make a very simple Viennese biscuit, and there's a few ideas of how you can decorate them and finish them in different ways. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. So good. But who's going to eat all these?